Всем привет! Сегодня у нас чисточка, и сегодня не будет музыки, потому что мне надоела музыка пока что. Вот, сегодня я буду причесывать YAML этот парсер до конца. Тут немного осталось просто вычистить. Там пара моментов таких Так, это почему случилось? Непонятно. Вот такое, например. The chat is ready to write message. Hello, BPF. You can write messages, and I can reply to you in English if you want me to. In horrible English. Haven't seen you in a while. I think you were... I mostly seen you on Sodian streams. Well, thanks, but I think it will deteriorate from here. This won't be work. Is it good kind of work or like bad kind of work? Basically, are you happy with the work, or is it like very good? Nice to hear. That sounds great. Okay, another thing that this is suddenly now an English stream, but oh, well, okay. What I wanted to do here is this thing is like it's bad, and how I use it is also like completely not okay. And what I wanted to do here is to try some kind of to do this API in another way, which is define this YAML event thing, which will hold everything that I need. String value, if there's any value, and YAML event type, I believe. Why still no compile flags? What? I will show you compile flags. Are we in the right direction? Okay, we are. I sent you the same YAML 3 Pro at 0. How's this corner? It's YAML 3 Pro at 1. So last time I was able to finally get something that I see convenient to use. Basically, the story was I was trying to replace the JSON with YAML to be able to, like, I wasn't really happy with this header-only JSON parser in C++ because it would take ages to compile, and it will poison everything inside of the... Basically, it was poisoning with this a lot of sources with this header. And then I was like, okay, I don't really want to write JSON because there are a lot of syntax there that shouldn't really be there. And then I just looked at there's this YAML thing and tried to work with it. So there's this really nice libyaml, really concise C library that I basically incorporated in my project. Why are there those files like this? I'm just including these sources to build them. Yeah, and it, then I well, I didn't get the YAML format at first, but like this is a minor thing. But then I was trying to write some kind of C++ wrapper around this library to for me to use in a convenient way, because it operates in those YAML events, which don't really correspond to any YAML structures by themselves, I would say. So basically, this feels more like a tokenizer, not a YAML document or something. So I wanted to have something more high level, and it took like 3 streams to get something working. I think it's like a bit higher than a token stream, but not all the way up to the like object model of YAML or whatever. How would you call it? So there were 3 separate approaches. One of them was to try to just get a C++ API that you throw a std function at it, and this function was supposed to return like next kind of function that should parse next events. So basically the parser would call this std function with those events, and the function would return next function to process those events. And it turned out to be like, it was really easy to write, but using that was a horrible nightmare. So on each kind, let me show you this little file. So basically to parse every line of this file, basically, like, this is an approximation. There were like 10 to 20 lines of really horrible lambda C++ and like conditions. Yeah, it was bad. It looked like it would be a good idea, but it wasn't. And the next idea was to, okay, I don't really want to write those functions and have a lot of conditions. So maybe I could write this structure that contained per event std functions. And it also turned out to be like, it was better, but still like horrible to, like, a lot of nested lambdas were needed to be written to parse this file. And then I just thought about, okay, to hell with this, I will just read a YAML document and write it into like a nested structure of just vectors and maps, and and then it turned out to be just fine. So the usage is like this, like just regular, like. So yeah. Yeah, this at least looks kind of nice. But yeah, still this parser is like, it's a recursive parser, so I call this function, like, though they call each other a lot. I was trying to think about a way like not to do it recursively, but also I decided that I lost this battle, but won the war. Привет, ты здесь? No, I use like, it also, I also lost the battle with templates, so I really wanted to, like, my first approach at this kind of parser was like, maybe I will write it like this, and I tried it, I couldn't write this API in a consistent way, so yeah. Yeah. Привет, false fork location. So yeah, I just ended up writing a lot of these functions. Basically, there's mapping type, sequence type, string type, and integer type, and then my GPU crashed. Okay. Okay, my GPU crashed. And it was able to restart itself, which is like second time it happened. I suppose that my streaming thing is still running, but you are not seeing anything on screen. So I will restart the stream. Like, it's weird. It wasn't crashing for a week, and I have no idea what's going on. Okay, let me just restart all this stuff. So yeah, it seems like the stream is still going, but nothing. Okay, let me restart. Give me like 5 minutes to restart everything.